Well, hello, good afternoon, good evening. It's so exciting to be with you guys again. I'm so looking forward to my conversation with Cara. We've been talking a lot about preparing for the holidays. So, we want to be of support to moms, and we want to help moms be able to prepare for the holidays and not feel stressed with their children's and trying to please them and meet all the various needs and demands that kind of come along with that. So before we begin this conversation, I want to share with you something about Miss Cara. Cara Jones is a wife and a mother of two children. Colton is 14 and Zoe 6. She and her husband have been married for 10 years. Cara has worked at the FAA for 19 years in accounting. Cara enjoys reading, writing, affirmations, and children's books, signing and crafting with children. Cara's hope is to empower mothers through social media engagement, equipping them with the tools and resources needed to be the best mothers God has called them to be. What an amazing goal. It's so nice to have you, Cara. I welcome you to this platform, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jackie. I'm very, very excited to be here, and I appreciate you having me. I love the holidays. I love the holiday season, but I also know that the type of stress it can bring for parents trying to ensure that their kids have a great holiday. And I'll just give some examples. The holiday hustle and bustle, the long to-do lists, social gatherings, negotiating holiday plans with different family members. That can be one. Cost of gifts and traveling, holiday activities. All of these can cause us, triggers such as anxiety, comparison, and guilt.
Mhm.
And I think that the movie Home Alone is a great example of this. The scene in the beginning of the movie where the parents are laying in bed and they're like, "We slept in," and they're just like, "Ah," and then the whole house just goes crazy. Yeah, but it's funny. I think that for many parents, stress is tied to us just placing unrealistic expectations upon ourselves to create a perfect holiday, and it doesn't have to be that way. The Polar Express train ride taught me a lesson about guilt and matching holiday PJs. So
Mm.
last year, we went to the Polar Express train ride here in the city. So we went up to the train track and everyone's excited. And so you get on this train and then the train drives and there's a light show. At any rate, we get out of the car and I look around and all the other families, there was some that didn't have matching PJs, but what I saw was, oh my goodness, all these parents, they have their kids dressed up. They're all in matching PJs. And I really started to get down on myself like, what, Cara, why didn't you think about doing that? Like, kind of just giving myself a hard time. And I had to like check myself because it's not about that. It's about making memories and being together. And we had a great time. We had a very, very, very good time.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And then as far as it kind of ties into things that parents can do to reduce the stress, I'm sure that our guests that are listening, watching can relate, and even you, that during the holidays at times it's just hard to catch our breath because we're
Mhm.
just running with everything that there is to do. And
Mhm.
so my suggestion would be that when you experience triggers such as stress, anxiety, or guilt, to just take a moment and just breathe. Um,
Mhm.
we have to remember that God's at work when we breathe, he's at work. So even prayer definitely, is the go-to. And for our guests, I get it. Trust me. It's not as easy. It's easier said than done, but breath work and prayer can tremendously help. And what I like to do is a technique is I like to inhale to the count of 4 and then hold for 2 seconds and then exhale for 4 seconds. And if you do that like about 6 times, then your body, it just starts to calm you down. And so breath work really works if you tap into that along with prayer. And another suggestion would be to just take a pause, just time out and just sit with your family and talk about something positive and try to laugh, because laughter is the best medicine.
Yes.
I love to laugh.
Yes.
You could even watch certain holiday movies together. For me personally, my family and I, we love ice cream and looking at Christmas lights. So we load up the car, we go get ice cream, and then we drive to the park where they have a drive-through light show. And we have a great time doing that.
Wow.
And then my last suggestion would be to just find a close friend or relative that or neighbor that you can talk to about how you're feeling, because community is so important during the holidays and especially during this time. And sometimes we just need someone to listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have anyone, then journaling is a great way to get out those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, the fun part. Okay, so I love crafts. They're so much fun. And with kids, it helps with their motor skills, their creativity, and even their self-esteem. And so some ideas would be, you could decorate cookies, you could make cupcakes together in the kitchen, you could create DIY wrapping paper. I know at Walmart, they sell these big tubes of wrapping paper that's tan. And so you just buy that tan wrapping paper and then wrap the gift and then let the child use crayons to color on top and then give that as a gift. And then you get there's just something, about receiving something that a child's actually made. Another one would be finger painting. That's fun. You can pick up pine cones and make penguins or trees. You can use popsicle sticks to make a tree, and anything messy. I'm sure that kids will love anything messy. On my YouTube channel, I've got videos of me crafting with my daughter, and there's some of just of me. There are videos that parents can watch and to do with their children, just different ideas that they could do with their children as far as crafts. And involving children in crafts during the holiday hustle and bustle can really help if you hold any guilt during the holidays. And you're also making memories too. But the most important thing is knowing that these things do not have to be perfect. And one of the things, Miss Jackie, I love about crafts is that it gives us a chance as parents to tap into our child's love language. So there's 5 love languages that children have. There's quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, and gifts. So just spending time with the child whose love language is quality time, it fills up their love tank, which helps their parents. It helps us bond better with the child. It makes them happy. I'm trying to think. The other one, if their love language is words of affirmation, then telling them good job as they're crafting will make them happy. If it's physical touch, then a pat on the back or a kiss on the head. If it's acts of service, then just passing them the glue would be a good example. And then if their love language is receiving gifts, then you can just gift them what you crafted. And then here's some other examples as well. We've got the hand wreath here. That was my daughter. I just traced her little hand. And then, I cut her hand out and we glued the hand on there. And then you never know what you could do with a toilet paper roll. the turkey, then you can put all the things that you're blessed, blessed for back there on the feathers. And then we've got the toilet paper Santa, and he was fun to do. And the leaf turkey, that was a lot of fun because we got to actually go out and pick those leaves together.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And that sounds really amazing. And I can just imagine, like you said, the kids would really enjoy that time. And it's also, like you said, time that the parent and the child can bond together and learn each other's love language.
The
Wow.
big deal. That's right. That's right. And then as far as sharing the real meaning of Christmas, I think that the holidays should be focused on non-materialistic things. And remember what the season's all about, living in the moment. We know as parents, it's easy to fall into checking things off your list, but you can't forget to live either. And so this year could be about making new traditions and asking our children to see if they have any new ideas, any new traditions. The holidays are about connection and making people feel loved and appreciated. And that's something I think that we need this year more than ever. And most importantly, we know that Jesus is the reason for the season. And Thanksgiving is an opportunity for us to give thanks to God for all the blessings that He's given us. There's so much to be thankful for. And as far as Christmas, there's so many things we can do to share the meaning of Christmas, helping at the homeless shelter. You could go to a nursing home. The elderly love to see children. Just visiting them. We can make these huge deposits, even just getting some old toys that your child may not play with anymore and just donating them to kids that don't have what your kids have. It's just their deposits and they hold on to those. I still remember just things that from my mom, things that we were taught, they really do stick. And but the main goal of the holiday is that we teach our kids to keep their eyes on Jesus. That's yeah.
Wow. What an amazing, 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 amazing. I agree with you. I appreciate all the gems that you left with us. You reminded us reminded parents to, not to have unrealistic expectations. And this is a time that you can make memories with your children. And when things start feeling a little bit overwhelmed, just breathe. Just say breathe in for 3 seconds and then let it out for 4.
Yep.
Oh my, you talked about crafts. You gave us some ideas of different crafts that we can participate with. And you talked about how the crafts help, the motor skills and helps with creativity and helps build the child's self-esteem. You told us to tap into that. It helps us to tap into their love language. I really like that. So that we know the things that pleases them, the things that's going to work. Because everything don't work the same for every child. So as you stated,
Right.
as we learn each child's love language, that is just so critical. You talked about the real meaning of Christmas. That's really the icing on the cake, making sure that they understand. Yes, it's nice to give gifts and things of that nature, but it's so much better. Even when we give of ourselves, we give of our time,
Yes.
even taking time to create objects and crafts and then give them away.
Right.
That's, you're almost planning entrepreneurship in them,
Well, now you're talking. That's right. You're right, Miss Jackie.
You just never know.
Don't.
But Cara, I definitely thank you so much for this conversation. I'm sure our moms will appreciate the gems and the different ideas that you've given them. And I'm so honored that you gave us a way that we can connect with you. You have a YouTube channel, Cara Jones. You also have an Instagram page and you're also on Facebook. So if anybody would like to connect with you, all of her contact information is right here on the screen. Please feel free to connect with Cara. I'm sure she can go even deeper with you as far as establishing ways that you can alleviate stress during the holiday season, and not just the holiday season, probably just in parenting overall. I can tell by what you presented with us today that you definitely would be able to support moms in this area. So I thank you. Do you have any other comments for our viewers?
I just hope that everyone has a nice holiday season, a nice with your family, and hold them close.
Yes.
Hold them close.
So moms, what we want you to remember to think right,
That's
to
right.
think well, and think peace.
That's
Thank you
right.
so much. You guys have an amazing holiday and a great evening. Good night.
Bye.